Alright, boom. Welcome back to another episode of the Return of the Mac podcast. This is your host, Oxcore Daddy, Durek Poppy, Jameson Poppy, aka the Suits in the Pants, aka just playing in a relationship. I'm back again in person, as you can probably tell by the audio. And if you're watching, you can see this beautiful nature that surrounds me. You know what I'm saying? We're outside because, COVID. And no, honestly, I'm happy to be here and happy to be healthy and all that stuff. This episode, we did a little something different. I'm joined by two people you already know, but I also got somebody who's new. So this, in my eyes, I'm calling you a relationship guru. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's
okay. I'll take it.
We're gonna say that we have Dani Chang on the show right now. Round of applause.
Hey everybody, thank you.
Yeah. All right, so Dani, what do you introduce yourself? What do you do?
All right. Well, I have a YouTube channel. I actually started it last year, so it's focused on relationships, and not just relationships between males and females, but also the relationship with like your mother, your brother, the lady at work, and most importantly, the relationship with yourself. Because I really think that in order to have like a happy and successful life, you really have to know how to navigate the relationships in your life.
That's a fact.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. And how'd you get into it?
Well, you know what? I've always been a very social person, which kind of made me even get into the field I'm in, the whole social work field. And then I also noticed that, like, even with my friends, whenever they're having relationship issues, everyone's like, people I don't even know are telling me their relationship issues and coming to me and talking to me. So I just kind of felt like, not that I'm necessarily a guru, but I do believe I've had a lot of experience in relationships now at this point.
Humble flex, yeah.
But I feel like I want to just share that and just like look at different viewpoints and really just, help everybody by, sharing everyone's like stories and experiences and just giving out information as well. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. How are you guys doing?
I gotta introduce myself first. My name is London, aka E-Man. You already know what it is. I'm doing blessed.
Yeah, I'm good. It's Kotiande, Kotiande.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to. Thank you for having me back.
Happy to have you guys on. All right, so let's get into the show. Updates. Do you have any updates? I don't think so. I think that we go with the mic there.
It's doing terrible right now.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
You want to take a little break, or do you want to keep going?
No, it's just not standing.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not standing. I don't know what's currently going on with the.
Okay, we're gonna have someone behind the scenes take care of it as we keep going.
Yeah, let's keep going. Let's get the show rolling.
All right, so let's skip the updates because we don't really have any for right now, but we go straight into the news, right? So the biggest thing right now, we know what's going on: the Tory and Megan thing.
Man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, I talked about it for like 3 episodes straight, but it's that big of a thing.
It's ongoing.
It's crazy.
We know for a fact that Tory shot Megan, because Megan came out with her truth and she said that he shot her. So, and the internet's go-to was calling Megan a snitch for it and all these nasty things. And I want to hear you guys' take on all this. Like, what do you guys think?
I wouldn't necessarily call her a snitch because she's not really in the streets like that, So, the term snitch is being used like out of context, I think.
Yeah.
I think the moment somebody shoots you, that word is out the window. If somebody shoots me, I'm going to the police. Like, it's not even a question. Or like, well, let me not say this on air, but, or I'm getting you back. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just going to go down
that. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think the fact that they're calling her that and things like that have brought up so many other issues. Even the issue that a lot of people are talking about in terms of black women just not being protected and not being able to, like, the fact that she felt like she had to hide it. And then after when now she's actually bringing it to the forefront, everyone's dogging her, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of goes back to that whole protecting black women thing. Yeah. And did you guys also see the post by Michael B. Jordan?
What'd he say?
He was basically supporting Meg, right? And then people just dragged him too about you don't even like black women, get out of here, have a seat.
They're gonna clap back.
Honestly, I feel like no matter what you do, like you're down if you do, you're down if you don't. I will say that Michael B. Jordan, it does appear from how things look that he has a preference, but that doesn't mean at the same time that he can't show some support at the same time, right? So
I'm going to veer off a little bit. You brought up Michael B. Jordan. Did you guys see that headline that came out of this gay guy that was talking about he was his closet organizer for a summer or so? And this is back when Michael B. Jordan was doing Creed. So like he'd be like, he was ripped, so he'd be in his house topless, and then the gay guy said he made a pass at him. So like they were in a closet together and they were pretty close, and he said, Michael B. Jordan said, "Are we gonna kiss or something?" And this was like happening on some blog channel. I don't know if it was a podcast or something like that, but I was like, and he's like, "I don't want to out anybody." But that happened. Man. It's like, what are you doing?
Oh, he said that?
Yeah, the gay guy said that. Like, what are you?
Sounds like cloud chasing.
Exactly, and at the same time, you're talking about you don't want to out someone, but you're literally doing exactly that.
Yeah.
Like, that's funny to me. But now, okay.
It's like August.
Sorry.
It's like,
Let
me chill.
We're gonna get into that. But,
jumping all over.
Yeah. So back to the Megan and Tory situation.
Yeah.
The whole protect black women thing that's the biggest thing, because even though like the Los Angeles district attorney or whatever, he's only thinking about charging Tory with assault.
Wow. Not
Just
even
attempted, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of like.
But the thing is, wouldn't that be a reason? Because like soon as like Megan got shot, when she got brought to the hospital, she had the choice of actually telling the actual truth of the situation or not. Mm-hmm. She totally like plot twisted the whole thing by not telling them what actually happened, just saying that there was glass in their foot, but they saw there was bullets, but she didn't initially tell the police what actually did happen. Yeah. So that's why it kind of dragged everything for this long.
It's like the fact, and plus like she tried to protect Tory.
Exactly.
And she's getting shit for it because people are like, "Oh, wait, why didn't you say it from jump?" It's like, are you serious right now? Like, you're black and you're gonna ask another black woman, why didn't you tell the cops that the black guy in the car had a gun?
Yeah.
Like,
you know the climate.
This already. It would have been like Tory would have been killed and it would have been Megan's fault. That's people would have ran with that story easily. Mm-hmm. But
yeah.
I don't know.
She was definitely in a hard spot.
Yeah.
Like pretty much no matter what she did, she would have got dragged. No matter what she did.
Facts.
Yeah.
So do you think what she has done is the safest route?
Ooh. You know what? I honestly don't know, because I don't know what I would have done in that situation. I probably honestly, he probably would have been dead, because I probably would have said, "Yo, he shot me," right?
That's crazy.
Right? No, I'm being
honest.
real.
Be
I'm
honest,
being honest,
because
right?
you're in a situation.
Because you're in a situation where I'm gonna be in shock. I'm gonna be like, "What the hell? Someone just shot me!"
But let's not forget that it's kind of exposed that they did have relations, right? So it was deeper than more than a friendship. So probably
it's like your boyfriend shooting.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say
that's even more messed up though if you think about it. Like,
it really is.
Either way, I really don't know what I would do in this situation. I have to be honest. I don't know, because you don't know until you're actually in it. Everyone can talk and say what they would do, but you don't really know until you're actually there in the situation. Yeah. And if it wasn't Megan but Kylie, it could have been totally different too, right?
I literally tweeted that exact thing.
Oh my God!
Had Kylie been shot, you would not be hearing whispers of snitch. People would be like, "Arrest him! Why is he not arrested?
Yeah.
Arrest Tory immediately. Why is he still free?" But we're now
and
seeing
about assault. It would be like
exactly
attempted murder.
We're seeing celebrities coming
facts.
to Tory's defense. So Mario, remember the Let Me
Yeah,
Love You
exactly,
guy?
yeah.
Never liked him. But
whoa,
what?
That's your hot
Relax,
take.
bro.
Oh
Come
my
on.
God,
It's such a corny song, guys.
Broski, he has hits, huh?
He say he
Mario
just a
hits?
friend.
Just friends?
Yeah.
Say he
That was
just
another
friend.
corny song to me too.
Whoa.
How's that corny?
That was a remake. The Biz Markie one's the original, and
But he was on the hook though. He was in the video.
it's
Exactly.
the video, not in the hook.
But still, it's like a sample. Like, people sample all the time.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
you-
against sampling. I love Kanye. So Kanye's a god at sampling. But again, Kanye does it properly. I feel like Mario kind of just. Remember when Carl Wolf redid Africa, the song?
I don't know.
It was the exact same song.
Yeah, it was.
So it's
Word.
like things like that. I'm kind of like, fam, come on, what are you doing? It's like at this point, it's a cover. You're not doing.
Okay.
It's not, you're not sampling. You're just remixing the same song. But anyway, I'm off topic. Back to what it is that he said. He came out and said, "Yo, we must protect black women and black men."
No, he said
We
heal
must
black
heal.
men.
Oh, sorry, we must heal black men.
Yeah.
Who said this?
Mario.
Oh, Mario.
Like, do you remember the rest of the quote?
And then he said it was for him it was an awe moment.
Yeah, he's in awe of the whole thing because he
Yeah.
knows the person. Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, I know Tory personally, so I'm in awe of this whole situation, and we must protect black women and heal black men. So he's taking the stance of neutrality.
Neutrality,
right?
yeah.
And I don't really like that. He's like, I'm not supposed to take a side. If you're gonna speak up, yes, you are. It's like you can keep.
I disagree. I feel like, you know what I mean? You could still be neutral till all the facts come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
but
think
And
so
what he
too.
said too, what's wrong with what he said? He just said heal
Exactly.
black men and support black
You're
women.
not bringing anything to the conversation, so just shut up. Like you know what the climate is. Like I'm not talking to you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know you mean. Yeah, you talk about Mario. You talk about Mario.
Yeah. I'm saying, you know the climate, you know the situation. So for you to come in and say, I don't think he's that guilty. He didn't say that, but I'm saying you're adding zero to the conversation.
As a celebrity too, I understand what you're saying. It should have been more of like an in-house conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, with friends.
With a solution.
Like, instead of actually putting that out.
Exactly.
Well, I think when they put things out, let's be real, like celebrities and people in general that are in the public eye, when they put things out, they kind of have to be careful of what they say. So I think what he said is perfect, and I think it covered both bases. Like, we have to heal black men, that's true. We have to protect black women, that's true too.
Yeah.
But I don't know, to me, it felt like that argument people make when we talk about Black Lives Matter, where people go, okay, but what about black on black crime? Like, that's what it kind of felt to me.
That's
like,
what it.
we're talking about Megan getting assaulted, and you're talking about, let's see it from Tory's side. What are you talking about right now?
Oh, okay.
What are you talking about right now?
Okay.
You know, like,
that's a fact.
That's a good point.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing point.
But that was a good point.
Yeah.
That was a good point. But in terms of like black men need to be healed, and Tory in the situation, he definitely, if he actually did that just because he was angry, he definitely does need some healing. 100%. Like, who does that?
Yeah.
Therapy.
But
I can't be mad and just shoot someone in the foot. You mind?
Yeah.
But I'm more so concerned in terms of, I'm more concerned towards like Tory's like mental state at that moment.
Yeah.
You know, like a piece of me personally still wants to hear Tory's piece and Tory's take of the story, on his side at least.
Yeah.
I'm all for Megan, but like hearing what he has to say would be amazing. And in a sense where it's like, okay, now I see why he would obviously come out with an explanation, but
I don't think we're gonna get the actual story.
Story from Tory? No.
Are you sure?
Because if we would have gotten it by now.
Yeah.
You know, it would have
been a minute.
It would have come out.
So he silenced himself for, like, you think he's not gonna speak at all?
He hasn't made no posts. He hasn't been on quarantine radio.
I really
It's
doubt
been
that.
He
quiet
has to
for
be
him.
very careful what he says too, right? I'm
Yeah.
sure lawyers are telling him not to say nothing, all those
Exactly.
kind of things.
Yeah.
So
we'll
I
see.
really don't know.
We'll see.
Exactly.
Wow.
But yeah, no,
But
that's
who knows? I could be wrong.
Where does he go from here?
it's over for him. Like, that's a fact. Like, it's done. There's no going anywhere, bro. You're like stamped forever.
I feel like there's no
R. Kelly
telling though.
Jr.,
There's
you
no
know what I mean?
telling,
Okay, no,
fam.
no, R. Kelly Jr. Whoa.
Yeah, like, you guys killed me for saying R. Kelly was talented.
No,
Right?
R. Kelly is talented.
He is talented.
He's extremely talented.
He's very
and when I came
talented.
out with that, people were like, no, unacceptable, he's canceled. I'm like, that's kind of difficult because his music is so amazing.
B?
You know,
Yes.
like, people are coming for me.
Oh
so.
my god, why are they always coming for me? Is it gone? Is it gone?
Yeah, it's gone.
It should be.
Yeah. But no, let's put a button on that conversation.
Facts.
We're on Tory's side. Whoa.
Oh!
We're
You
on
hearing this
Megan's
guy?
side.
That
Jesus
drink,
Christ.
huh?
That was the, you know, so, okay, let's move on.
The bees in my cup.
Oh,
Can
might get
you
rid of
move the cup? Move the cup. Sorry,
For
guys.
audio listeners, we're having bee issues.
Shucks, bro,
We're in nature
outdoors.
right now, so there's bugs.
That's what comes with it.
I got a question for the guys though, like a quick question.
Yeah.
Duke, London,
Yeah, bro.
if you were ever in Tory's situation
Lord.
at this point in your life, what would you do?
Lock me up. It's over, fam.
Are you talking about after I
Like,
shot her?
Yeah, after you shot it, like right now, like today on Sunday.
I think I go to Bali, fam. Just fly out there and,
Russell
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Russell Simmons
You
shit.
can't escape, man. Nah.
It's quarantine.
Own up to it. Own up to it. Be like, yo, like, I fucked up. I acted out of, you know what I mean? Like, I was emotional, and I shot her over an argument. Like, I shot a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, yeah, that would help
And
too.
probably a partner,
Yeah.
because I'm sure they had a, you know, a
But
situation. It's
what
like,
if your humility is not accepted to the public?
What do you mean? Oh, that doesn't. Again, I did my part. You know what I'm saying? It's like I have to keep growing and, you know, changing. But again, you have to own up to it. There's no running away of saying, I'm afraid.
Stress, you gotta face your.
I'm a grown ass man.
I hear that.
I was mad enough to shoot her, but I'm not mad enough to speak about it.
Yeah, right.
Like, it doesn't work like that, you know? So
That's tough.
I agree.
that's that on that. Let's get into silly shit. You guys want to? All right, so I got this. We got a relationship guru on the episode, so this silly shit right here has to do with you. So,
Okay, let's go.
so this lady went to go. I think she went to go give blood or something, or get tested for something. I don't know. And then she got home and she got this following DM from a nigga named Dan. So Dan goes, "Hey, this might be a bit odd, but I done your blood test today at the hospital, and I thought you were good looking and seemed nice. So here I am shooting my shot." So this guy felt comfortable enough to stalk her and find her Instagram and then shoot his shot with this lady that he took blood from or whatever from a job. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, I definitely think
Crazy.
that's a no-no. Okay? One thing I always say is you don't shit where you eat. Like, you know, don't mix business with pleasure. So the fact that he went out of his way and, like, literally, as you said, kind of stalked her, like, went out of his way to go
Yeah.
find her Instagram page and then pick her up when you gave blood.
Yeah.
Like that's just a little bit weird to me. So yeah, I'd be a little bit weirded out, to be honest. Yeah. But if he was really cute, I might still go. I don't know.
Come on. Being honest.
It's only creepy if you're unattractive. That's like the rule for women, to be honest. Right? If you think about it.
Yeah, I hear that stuff.
Because if you're attractive to them, you can not get away with anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can get away with some creepy shit. Yeah. Because you're like, oh, it's all right. But if they don't find you attractive,
that's a case, homie.
You're creepy.
Yeah, super creepy.
It's
Wow, I didn't think of it like that, but I guess it's somewhat true, right? Because if the guy wasn't like someone you'd be interested in, you'd be like, oh my god, what a weirdo,
and
right?
He stalked me. Oh, and then if he's attractive, oh my god, he found me.
You know exactly.
Okay. No. I don't know if it'd be that far.
Yeah. What if the genders were reversed though? What if it was a female doctor doing that to a male patient?
The thing about that is, the man only has one thing on his mind at that point. He's like, oh, she's trying to fuck. Oh, she found me. Oh, she is trying to fuck. Yeah. Bro. Like this doctor found me, hit me up, say, hey, blah, blah, I'm shooting my shot. They can only go one way in his mind. There's no way, like, in his mind, he doesn't see marriage.
Oh.
Think about it from off rip.
Yeah, he doesn't, yeah.
You don't. You're like, okay, let me seal the deal. That's the first thing on the table. Let me get that done, and then we can figure out where we're gonna go.
What's going on?
Oh, okay.
But, yeah.
So
let's not assume that it's gonna be 90. We're not gonna assume that's 100% of men that's gonna do that. Like, there's like a 1% of men that would, consider first date. Okay, let me hear her out. Let me see what she's about.
You guys hearing this?
You guys would really just assume like she's just gonna smash. Like you wouldn't want to take like if you also found her attractive, you wouldn't take her out for dinner.
I'll consider it. I'll consider
it. But the first thing on your mind is like, okay, let me seal the deal. And then from then you're like, yeah, like it's not like smash and pat and dash. No. Mm-hmm. It's like smash. Okay, what's up? What's your shoe size? Like, like you start getting to conversations like that. But it's like you get the demon out of the way first, and then
and then you'll go. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I guess it's true though.
Yeah, it is.
It's true though. It's what guys think for sure.
But shitting where you eat.
Yeah, I
bad
think,
move.
Yeah, that's just not something I personally would do. Like, I definitely wouldn't be the one to do that. But hey, if a really fine ass doctor did that to me, I'm not saying I'm gonna say no if I'm single. So it really depends on the circumstance.
Yeah. To be honest, I would consider it like if I got a DM with my whole report in the DM as well too. I would consider, maybe looking over a date or something like that. If it, what I'm saying? If I got my reports through the DM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's put a button on our conversation. Let's take a little break, and then we're gonna come back. All right. And we're back from the little break. We're talking about the situation with the doctor being weird and whatever. Let's still talk about that dynamic. Let's transition into entanglements. All right. So, Jada and August. All right. You guys are probably wondering, how's he going to tie this in? I don't understand, right? I'll break it down to you. So, Jada took the approach of being the healer, the doctor, the helper, right?
Mm-hmm. Facts.
And then she took advantage of him because she took it further. So, she went from being a healer to all of a sudden she's touching on him. They're sexually, Mm-hmm. So, it's the same shit. What do you think of that situation? Do you think she was fucked up for taking it there? Was it was it predatory?
It was very predatory of her doing it. Because it's knowing that
I thought I asked her, but that's cool.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying because it's like, yo, you married, you know what I'm saying? And like, you and your husband, things are not working out at home. Like, you live with your husband at home, and like, your home is pretty shaky and empty in a way because he's doing his own thing. And you finding out that there's like a male that you're in contact with that needs help, that needs attention and stuff. You luring him in and manipulating him in a way because of certain things, because of his weakness, right? As well too. It's kind of weird in a way. I just look at it kind of different now, officially.
Really?
And that's my take on it. I feel like she manipulated him.
Yeah. What's your take on this?
I feel like it's a very it's complicated, right? Because I think a lot of things. Okay, if we're just talking about Jada, just straight off top, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this dude is the age of her son, no?
A little bit older.
Like
a little bit older. Half her
right?
age.
Half her age, yeah.
So I think the way in which she met him and it all occurred is probably not the best circumstances.
Nah, it's
right?
nasty.
Right? No.
No.
But if he was just a random guy that's half her age and she wanted to do that and he's of age, she can do what she wants, just
Sure.
like how guys do what they want and do the same exact thing, right?
Let's talk about it.
But yeah, just the way in which it happened, I can see why some people would kind of look at her away.
Dani, you're
Yeah.
being political.
Okay, I am, but I feel like guys do stuff like this all the time. Like with Will and Jada, let's be real. Does anyone think that they weren't in an open relationship? I feel like they were in an open relationship from Wade. And that Will probably has his side things too, that were probably around the same age, right?
Yeah.
Right? No, honestly,
yeah.
right? The only thing is that Will obviously picks well and doesn't get people to open their mouth.
Yeah.
And she went and got, August, who obviously just blew up her shit and told everybody what happened, right? So really it was I just think her choice was not the best, but like I think they already have an open relationship, so
Yeah. But my whole thing, the only thing is like, yeah, you're probably right. Will probably does have other side things that are the same age. The only thing is, does Will mess with these women that are like broken? Because
I don't
August came to her in a state where he was broken, and that's the nastiness to me. I'm not like the age. Get yours. Have fun. Do your thing. I don't care.
heard that.
He's legal. Whatever.
yeah.
But my thing is the state that he was in mentally is kind of messed up to me. Like if
Yeah.
Will's like preying, think about it. If Will were preying on girls that were, you know what I mean, even one, he's done.
He's done. Game.
They say that's like a Weinstein type story where it's like
Yeah.
cancel Will, he's a predator.
Yeah.
Because he's taking advantage of women that are not in a good state. So
Yeah.
again, you know what I'm saying? Like Dani, I'm sorry, but you lost that argument.
Well, you know what I was gonna
That's fine.
say?
Yeah.
Definitely society has like the males are like seen as the predators, let's be real, right? And the women are seen as someone that they need to be protected, right?
Right.
Even when the woman is probably doing something that the roles reversed, it would be viewed totally differently.
Yeah.
They're not gonna get as harsh as harsh
Exactly.
a reaction. That's
Yeah.
true. I'll agree with that.
I'm just thinking of the whole. I'm just thinking about the whole situation, like him coming over there, like seeking help in a way, and she manipulating the whole environment.
So you don't think he wanted it too? Let's be real.
I mean,
Hell
Like,
yeah.
he was broken, then got fixed, and then got the issue. You know, it
the
wasn't.
pussy fixed him, bro. Think about it. He's
That's what it was.
I'm sick. I need some.
Stop it. Stop
I don't think he was really, really broken like that, though, fam.
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
No,
The guy
low-key-
was strung out on drugs. He was going through stuff. Like,
But she fixed him, though, fam.
No, we're not
Okay.
gonna go through that. We're not gonna go through that.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Even like, even what I said, I'm kind of like,
it's a podcast. You're here
I
to
know,
talk
I
shit.
know. But like,
She went to work still.
He's good now.
All right, bro.
Real
Let's,
shit.
Is he?
You guys, we're done on this. We're good.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
yeah,
did.
He did fall.
He
in love.
did.
But he has music out now. He's back, fam.
Y'all listen to him? His
And I did listen. I heard entanglements and I turned it off immediately. What is this? Nigga? Like, don't ever whisper that shit in my ear, bro. Like, and the fact that he was coming in and out of the mic, pause. That was a little crazy because like entanglements, it went from like left ear, right ear. You know that shit. You know when niggas do that? Like, oh, we're gonna hit him with the studio. Nah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Next time it's gonna call Red Table, yo.
Where it is.
Honestly, red table song. Bro.
Right there.
Next up on silly shit, we have this madman, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Whew.
His lawyer, all right, he has a take. He says women with small breasts are often delusional. Koti defended.
He needs to get a new lawyer, yo. That's really what it is.
Immediately.
I just feel like the attorneys are just saying anything right now at this point. They're trying to just, their clients clearly has money and paying them off pretty well. They just got to say anything to the, you know what I mean, to fit the media or to pull us some, I don't know.
I think.
Those facts,
No. I think
Scientific
he needs
proof.
to be fired. Like that was just a stupid comment.
Just imagine this being in court and then he gets up and says this shit. Nigga, like, we were winning. What are you doing? Nah,
Exactly.
Man, that guy's fucking nuts. E-Man, what are you thinking about this?
I'm
Be
just
quiet.
saying, same thing. Like, yo, no, switch that lawyer, cut that lawyer off.
Yeah.
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 Not much to say, really.
100.
Yeah.
All
She
right.
could have a fat ass, pretty face. Like you know what I mean? Like it's not just all about the breast. Some
That's
men are
true.
different.
Yeah, like, do you think physical appearance has an effect on a woman's mind, or like whether she's tall or short, or
1000%. I think it has
I do.
on people. Period.
okay,
I
alright.
think yeah, definitely.
Like if a girl's
Because
taller,
you get-
she'll move a little
you get-
different.
Your life is different. You
Your
know what I'm
life
saying? You're
is
gonna get way
different
more
depending on
attention.
how you look. Yeah.
So, are you siding with the lawyer, or what?
No, I'm
No.
That's what it sounded like, fam. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, I have a
Yeah.
question. do pretty women have it easy in life?
I don't think so.
I think pretty privilege is a thing, but it doesn't mean that your life is going to be easier completely.
No.
Like
In a
you don't
sense
think
where-
pretty privilege is a thing?
Okay, I think pretty privilege is a thing.
Yeah.
Like, people do treat you nicer and things like that. But then I also think a woman, especially if you were young and you were developed early, there's a higher chance that lots of older men
was
probably
just about to
preyed
say
on you,
that.
just like what you guys were talking
Yeah.
about. Higher chance you were in a lot more relationships, like guys just wanting you because of your body and you're young,
Yeah.
right? So actually, I thank God I developed late because I'm like, I didn't have, no, honestly, because I didn't have to go through them thing there, right? Because
Yeah.
by the time I developed, I was a big woman already. So
Help.
I know,
Late
right?
bloomer.
There's like
Jesus
two.
Christ.
I know we're having an invasion
Help.
of bees.
Security. Cameraman. Do something.
I know.
Yeah, I think it's the drinks, fam.
Yeah, I think it's the drinks for real.
Quarantine.
Bro, there is a bee attacking me. Nobody's doing it.
I think you should put the drinks over here, fam.
Nah, I think
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Okay.
Bro, I'm clutching that shit. Go
So
on.
I do think a beautiful woman, especially one that's like developed at a younger age, like
Yeah.
kind of like I watched
Fuck.
another podcast actually about that and about baddies and about how they really do have more like heartache and like harder lives earlier on.
Fam. Yo, fam, let's time out for a bit, though. We gotta get that
beat.
beat.
Bro. No. First
All
off,
right.
director. All right.
I'm trying to help, fam.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much what I had to say. Just
Yeah.
that I do think that their lives actually can be harder in ways as well. Like they might also get privilege in some ways.
So is there
where-
more pros and cons, or cons and pros?
I mean, it's tough to. I was gonna add to that.
tough
Of
to
like,
say.
also, if you're going out for an interview, sometimes people will be like, "Nah, she's just pretty. She doesn't really know what she's doing."
or
Nah.
You know,
Or-
no. But
no.
I'm saying you get the other way of like, "Oh, she's pretty. Let's hire her."
Yeah.
But also, sometimes people will be like, they're jaded. They'll be like, "Oh, she's just pretty. She doesn't know it. Whatever. We're not gonna give her the chance. She just looks.
I've never heard that.
You've never
Like in
heard
terms
that?
of that.
Me neither, bro. It's always she's pretty, she
I've
getting
never
hired,
heard
fam.
that.
Especially-
No. I don't think it's always she's pretty. She's gonna get hired though.
can I get
I
help?
think sometimes it's that, and sometimes there's other women in there that ain't as pretty. You might not be getting hired because
Oh,
they
they're
don't
jealous.
like that. Yeah, I think that's a thing too.
Wow.
So I think honestly, everything has its pros and its cons. So everyone thinks that if I was like this, if I was a baddie, my life would be better, but not necessarily.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
What is going on with these fucking?
I think we need to
bees,
move
man?
Yo,
all
I
the
think we need
drinks
to move
over there,
all
fam.
the drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we move the drinks, I think it will go away.
Let's do that.
Yeah, pause.
All right, pause.
Cause yeah,
All right, we're back from break again. We got disturbances, man. Being in nature is tough sometimes, you know. But we make do. So we were talking about pretty privilege, and you mentioned that you don't see the other side in terms of someone not giving you a chance because they think you're just looks, right?
This wasn't exactly what I was saying, or it could be because of like even jealousy and things like that as well.
Mm.
Right? Sometimes people will be like, nah, no, we're not hiring her.
Yeah.
you got a lot of haters. Comes with haters, still.
Right?
Okay,
So
okay.
I feel like there's just like with everything, I feel like there's plus and there's minus.
But this is one thing I've been thinking about. Like, what if she's a good manipulator and knows her looks? Like, she knows her looks are like something that people that attract people and that gain attention.
Yeah.
Do you believe like if she knows how to know
How to use it?
use it, she can really get rich and get
Yeah.
what she would? Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
There's a lot of those.
Because those top tier guys, right? They want that girl, right? They want the girl that's that it girl.
Want
They
that
want the
Kim
girl
K.
that's that baddie. Her body's banging, her face is nice. You know what I
Facts.
mean?
Say Kim K.
So
I said Kim K.
Kim K. Is that the depiction for you?
I mean, that's how she came up, is what I'm saying. She's not like attractive to me, but I'm just saying, like,
You don't think Kim is
I
attractive?
know
Nope.
what he's saying. Like
crazy.
that.
You think she's
type.
attractive?
I think she used to be. Yeah.
Used to be.
Yo, she looks
At
the
what
same.
age?
No, she
Literally.
doesn't.
No,
No,
she
she
doesn't.
doesn't.
Whoa,
She's gotten really like skinny, and her legs are really big. It just doesn't. It looks more and more like an ant. You know what I mean? Whereas before it was kind of oh okay, and then she just started going overboard with the surgeries and but
So you're against surgeries, bro?
not for him.
You're not for him.
Ah,
Yeah.
really?
What about you?
You know what? I was gonna actually ask you guys this question because, in terms of surgeries, guys have a lot of talk. You guys say you want natural this and that,
Yeah.
but then you'll see the girl that has mere surgeries, nothing on her is real from her head to her toe, and you guys like that though, and you're
That's
watching that.
That's
So
those are
you guys
children,
talk a
though, I
lot of
feel
smack.
Like real men don't fuck with that. Like I feel like the children are like big shiny hard fake tits. Like what?
It's part of experience, though. Every man wants to experience that for once.
Yeah,
And
but-
you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
but you have to
it's
admit-
overrated or something.
That's the child in you talking though, right?
but you want to experience it.
Okay, but the point I'm making is it's childish for you to, gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
When you get older, you're kind of like, yeah, you like the natural shit, so.
I feel like a lot of guys say they like the natural shit, but I'm like, do you really? I don't know.
Yeah, plus surgeries could go both ways. Like, what if she wants like a reduction? Like, you know what I mean? Her breasts are kind of messing her up a bit. Her back is hurting. Like, you don't like that?
No, I mean, of course, if it's...
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. It has to make sense, like...
Yeah.
If it's hurting your back, then of course, but I'm like...
Okay.
Why are you gonna get, like, I don't know, your ears done or some shit? Like, I've always wanted these ears. Like, what are you talking about right now? So,
Hey, fam.
Yeah. But, nah, so
I'm not personally against it, though.
You're not?
Like, I think if you're a female and you feel like that's gonna make you feel better, then do you? You know what I mean? Would I personally do it? No, I'm not gonna. I don't think I'm really ever gonna do that unless, like, it's something like that, like where you're getting a reduction or something that kind of makes
life easier
sense to do,
But
right?
the thing is like I feel like as though, like, because in the States it's pretty prominent that a lot of women are doing it.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I feel as though like some women don't really think of like the long-term course of it, because it's like once you get it done, you have to maintain it. There's like crazy upkeep.
You have to sleep on your stomach for like 8 months when you get your ass done.
Really? I
They
didn't
can't
know
sleep on
that.
their ass. They can't sit. Like, this is insane shit. Like, that's
I didn't
fucking
know that.
nuts. And they have to get massages all the time. Fucking blood squirting out sometimes. Like, it's
the
nuts.
blood squirting
all
out?
this for you to look like a fucking ant on social media.
This guy's saying
Like,
ant.
No,
But
think
no.
about it, like,
But you know what? You say all this look like an ant though, but I'm sure they're getting those girls who get their body done and it's
What's
done
her
well.
name?
They're getting
Yeah.
a lot more attention, and
Oh,
if
100%.
their goal is to get that dude that has the big money
Right.
and they probably are getting that.
Bernie's Burgos, fam. Her shit looks good,
yeah,
fam.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But Bernie's bigger. I'm not gonna say anything. I love. She's amazing. She's respect women. Let's put a button in my conversation. Let's move into the next item on silly shit. I don't know how this came up, but we came to the conclusion during pre-production that women die with the lie, right? Like that's the reason. Like, men, we're ego driven, so we're gonna be able to admit, I did that shit, haha, or we slip up or whatever. But with women, never. I never did that. They're going to the grave with that lie.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying women are more evil than men. That's facts.
What do you think about that? Do you think that's true or?
I think you guys are more sloppy.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh.
I think that's what it is. I think you guys get caught. I think if
Yeah.
a woman wants to cheat on you, she does that shit properly. She deletes those messages. She does
Evil.
that shit properly, right? Whether
That's
you
the
think that's
devil.
evil or not, I'm just saying. I think the difference is that I don't think it's that
y'all
women
the
are.
best serial killers. Like if y'all want to go on the
You stole my tick. That's crazy.
But how
Low
many
key.
serial killers you know that are women? I swear it's mostly men.
that have
Let's
been
look
caught.
that up.
That have been caught. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times niggas look at men. Oh, that man probably did. He's probably this build. For all you know, it's little Becky in the corner. That's 5'6". You know what I'm saying? 100 pounds soaking wet, and you're talking about, nah, she can't be a suspect.
So, bro, Jid, do you think, like, because there's so many cases of people gone missing, right?
Yeah.
And it's still unresolved. And, like, because one day I was walking by, I was at Walmart, and I seen a whole billboard of kids that have been missing for over 32 years.
That's
Yo.
scary.
And I'm just like, what the hell is going on?
Yo, man,
That's
give
a
up.
whole different thing. That's crazy.
I'm sorry, give up. Yo, come on, 32
Whoa.
years. I need closure. No. You think this nigga's gonna come home?
guy?
Okay,
Nah,
Mom,
go
it's
hard.
me. Like, it's over, bro. You're not gonna find. I don't want to be insensitive. I am insensitive right now, but
No.
32 years.
But
But
you
no,
know
I hear
what,
I hear those stories where it's like kids get abducted and they get raised somewhere else and then they end up resurfacing and you know what I mean?
The
Yeah,
nigga
bro.
got raised somewhere else. The job's complete. Let me go to my mom real quick. Yeah, all right. Mom, it's me. Like, come on.
You know,
The
it
job's
sounds
complete.
cold,
Nah,
but I
that's
get what
different,
he's saying.
Yeah,
So, like,
nah,
yeah.
I gotta move on with my shit, bro. Like, you pull up on me, 32. I don't know you anymore, nigga. You died in my mind, bro. Like, nah, bro.
You
come
say
on.
that
Nah,
now
come on. Yo,
because
guys.
you don't have no
Yeah,
kids.
exactly. Fact. It's fact.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
definitely gonna be singing a different tune when I get kids or whatever, but
But why I brought that up is because, like, I feel as though, like, now bringing this up, like, women are so good at, like, hiding stuff. I feel like half of those kids or most of those kids were adopted by women.
That's
Damn.
a
See,
reach. That's a heavy reach.
Could
That.
be.
Reach, but
Could be. Or they could be like.
this is a lot of unresolved
Lured.
cases, eh?
But you
Untraceable
guys are gonna go now and blame all that on women. Like, are you guys serious?
Hold that.
that's funny stuff.
Are you guys
Yeah,
serious?
that's funny. But I don't know. E-man, closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. Women are evil. What? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm playing. It could go both ways, you know. You know what I heard?
What?
When men cheat and women take them back, it means that the woman was probably cheating. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah. In some cases,
I don't
I've
think
heard
so.
that.
in some cases, I've heard that, but I've never experienced that, so I can't speak for that.
How do you know?
Listen,
You know what I mean? They're
so-
sneaky, right? So that's a word.
Yeah.
She's probably
All
cheating.
right, let's
I
get
don't
spicy.
think
Let's get
so.
spicy. Would it bother you if your partner had a train ran on them? In your case, would it bother you if your man took part of a train?
Prior to the
Like,
relationship?
you mean
Yeah,
when he
of
was many years ago?
Let's say it was like 2 years ago.
Oh Lord, that's kind of recent. You know, like honestly, I think like I know we've all heard of those things like in high school and stuff like that. Girls getting bachelors, and all those kind of things, right? But 2 years ago, I think that's kind of recent. Like you're still doing stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying.
What if it was 5 years ago?
I still think okay, remember I'm a different age from you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if a guy at my age, if a guy 5 years ago my age did that, I don't think I'd talk to him.
Okay.
Right? But like if you did it when you're 18, I still think it's not a good thing to do.
Yeah.
But will I understand it more because you're young and kind of stupid? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
some
know?
bang bro stuff.
So I think it's like if you were a teenager, okay, you know.
But
Okay.
for me, like if my girl, I found out that she was in a train, like I wouldn't, because it takes a lot to be in a train. Like it's not an easy job, fam.
Now you're taking a lot of meat for your.
You know what I mean? Like you don't just go on a train and just. So I don't think I could continue the relationship, fam.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
a breaker, fam.
I'm
You
with
mean
you.
it was something that happened when she was like 16?
That's even worse.
What do you
feel
mean
like-
that's even worse?
I feel like we have at that point we have a fundamental difference in like
Exactly.
you know what I mean, in morals and stuff. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool. Your
What
thing.
if she was taking advantage of?
Yeah.
Okay, if she was advantage, that's
Situation. That's not a
different.
train. That's a rape.
Part of her story.
No, okay, but
Yeah.
no. Now we're talking
Now
two
you're
different
switching
things.
it, bro.
A rape. I'm not gonna leave someone because they got raped. Bro, come on, man.
We're talking about consensual train, fam.
I'm talking about at 16, you don't know better.
You
But-
know exactly. That's what I'm.
Yeah,
trying to
but
say
that's
to you.
not-
Mentally, you're not there. You're like,
If it's
yo,
taking
like,
advantage of,
come
fam, it's a form of rape, bro. If you've been taken advantage of in a sexual encounter, it's a form of
But
rape.
what if she brought it up? She's 16.'s like, yo, I wanna participate in that.
That's her character. Like, she wanted it.
Exactly.
But if you're 16, 17, you don't know better.
You don't
know,
really
just
know what
around
you
a
want,
bunch
so
of
you
guys
don't-
that are kind of older than you. They're like, yo, let's do this. You know?
But the thing is, like,
But,
is it fair
that's
to
cool,
judge?
but-
You're
still over there.
impressionable. You're impressionable. You're easy to get to do things like that. You now being.
What
older
I'm saying
person
is, what if
wouldn't
she
do.
brought it up? It was like her own idea, fam.
What?
What if it was her own idea?
Same thing. He's saying like, oh, she's young, she doesn't know better. But
I think she's
Yeah,
young. She
especially
doesn't
at
know better.
16, yo, there's a bunch of shit going
at the
on.
same time, but I wasn't out here
But
like.
is it fair to catch judgment? Yeah, but is it fair to catch judgment at
Sure
that
it
age?
Sure it is. You can
What
make.
do you mean?
Hey.
catch
In
judgment?
terms of like, okay, we're 30 plus, and like at 16, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I believe it's not fair to like, it's fair to give your take on it, yeah, but like
Yeah.
judge the person, you can't really do that
I
at that
agree.
point,
I
you know,
agree.
because they're like over that. Then it's something that has been that has happened.
I'm not with
I
you,
agree.
bro.
You still judging?
I don't
the
get it. I'm
person?
not grasping
Yeah,
it.
I'm just like, oh, it's okay. Hey,
You know what
Not
it
for me.
is? Guys feel
That's
like
what I'm saying,
women
yeah,
have
no
to
judgment,
be
fam.
just for them. You know, you guys feel like women have to be just for you. Like they
No,
didn't
no,
have a
no.
past before you. Like stuff didn't happen.
She could have a
you.
pass, but
You can
a
have
certain pass. You
It's
know
like
what I mean?
exactly. It's like you can have 50 bodies, right? Nah, I don't know about that. You can have more than me. All right, look. Actually, no. Listen, I'm in a space.
But can you
Wait.
guys? But can you guys though?
What?
Can you guys have 50 bodies and that's fine?
If I told her my body count, and she's like, "Yo, a whore, you're disgusting." That's cool. Literally, I'm not. That's cool. Those are your preferences. You know, that's cool. I'm a whore
Facts.
to you. Bet. That's fine. That's fine. Whatever. You're allowed to have those things.
But you know that will never really happen to guys as much. That will
But
more
it's-
so
okay,
happen
but
to
whose fault
females.
is that though?
It's guys and your guys messed up viewpoint that like girls have to be perfect and
Nah,
not having
I'm not
had
with that.
nobody.
I used to be like that, but not anymore. Like
I was never really like that.
I wouldn't say
I
totally
never-
perfect. Nah.
And even as a kid, I never wanted a virgin. I was always like, that's weird. Like, first of all, I don't like blood, and also it's like, you know what I mean.
and
I
also,
want us
not
to
every
both.
girl bleeds the first time, but gone.
Oh really?
Oh, that's a cap?
Huh?
For real.
I don't know. Don't you have to break your hymen?
But yeah, but not every girl will actually.
Yeah, I heard you.
What if it's
You know?
he just started dating this guy and he told you like
What?
in his past he's been like in a force. You mind that? Like,
He was in a foursome?
with 3 or 4 different girls. Yeah, foursome.
Him, like that's his
That's
past.
fine.
That's his
But
past.
it's the same thing as the train. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, and that shows you though the difference between how guys view things and how girls view things. Because you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think any girl would really have an issue with that. She'd be like, okay, that was your past, right? But a guy now, knowing his girl did that, now he feels away. He feels like other men them are gonna look at him like your girl is this and that. So it's more about your own ego.
It's about my own, because it's like we know how those guys talk about those girls.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's like you see that nastiness being talked about.
But why do you
I don't
like
participate in that.
care? Like
why do we care? Because
it's yours.
Well,
it's
you would
your
care
girl.
too. You would care too if your female friends were talking about a certain type of guy in a certain way, and it's like you're walking with that same guy. You would be like, I know they're talking shit about this, or like, you know what I mean? So it's contagious.
Now, better yet, like it shows the thought process of that person. You know how they view things and how they see things. Because I don't see things like that. You know.
But
Sex for me is deep, fam.
I think you guys are being.
Some girls, the thing that's attractive too, when a guy tells them, I've been in a foursome, some girls are like, this, you've been, you have the experience, whatnot.
Well,
yeah.
Girls, bro.
Also, like what Duke said, I don't want a virgin either, right? I want a guy who knows what he's doing, right? But I don't think I don't think it's necessarily attractive though that you did stuff with 3 or 4 girls now. Like, I just think, you know what, I'd actually be somewhat relieved because I think, it's out of his system, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Like, when I get married, like my girl has to go through the whole phase. Like I don't want to have a wife that's like she hasn't gone through, like, I had a wild night, you know what I mean? Like let's not talk about it. I'm not ready emotionally for it, but it's like I need to know that happened and it's out of your system.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to be like 10 years in, I feel like I just didn't live my life. That is the worst.
Worst.
That is
That
my
is the
worst.
worst.
I wake up cold sweats, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine you got the kids set up, everything. Your wife's like, I want to go be a hoe. Like, I want to go be one Atlanta. I need to get out of my system. It's like,
and I think that's a real thing for guys and girls. Like, they kind of need to get things out of their system. Because anyone I know that's got married early, they all say they wish they got to get it in a little bit, like, before. Yeah. Like, because you're with that same person forever. But if you already did that, you're like, oh, soft, I already did that. Okay, now I'm gonna settle down. I'm gonna calm myself down.
Yeah, for real. All right, can we move on to the next item? Closing thoughts, anybody?
No, I'm chilling.
Okay. Do we want to go into listener questions, or do you want to talk about E-Man's obsession with toes?
All right, so I want to just get this cleared up. It's not an obsession. It's just like, for me, it's like when I'm with a woman that I like, there's no limits. There's no off points. There's none that's like...
There's none? There's none whatsoever?
0.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Okay.
And that's why I kind of feel like it's weird to have that, like
so
a
she
limit.
Can strap one on and
that's
give it.
Okay, no, not like that.
So you should have you pressed up against the walls. You're saying?
Nah, I'm saying like on her body alone. No added things, fam.
Then.
Well,
but I'm talking about her body.
Just
Okay,
her
so
body.
she can put stuff in your ass?
That's different, fam.
Oh. Your Koti, lift the mic a little.
Yo, I'm not saying like you're asking if I could only do it with a wifey.
Hold on, let's wait for the plane to pass. I feel like it's gonna be super loud.
Yeah, that's loud stuff.
I keep talking.
Yo, can you hear me?
Talk up a little.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello.
I'm not trying to yell though, fam.
There's a plate. You have to yell.
It's almost gone, fam.
I guess I'm not trying to yell. All right, go on.
Yeah, like I think people are too invested in titles nowadays. Like wifey, she has to be a wifey. You have to put a ring on it. Like what's the difference, fam?
What? How did we get here?
Whoa. Hold on.
We're talking about toys. Now we're talking about titles.
He just said wifeys. Like, would you only do it with a wifey? That was his question.
No, but you just went and said titles, but titles don't mean anything.
Nah, not to me. Like, yo, I meet a girl. I say, yo, that's my wifey. That's my girlfriend. What's the difference, fam?
Yeah.
Is the difference in between how you
hold
treat
on,
the person?
take a break. Hold up.
Yeah, so I'm London. We're back from a little break, and the next topic was Kylie Jenner, right? Well, she posted on Instagram. She posted out, the caption. What was the caption,
brown
bro?
Skin girl.
Brown skin. She posted a picture. Originally, it said brown skin girl, the caption, and then she deleted that and then posted brown eyed girl, right? And then she went on the shade room, like, no, that wasn't even. That was a Photoshop. Like, I didn't even write that.
Cap.
I don't know.
What?
That just shows her mental state. You know what
Facts.
I mean?
This nigga, bro, every time. Sorry, go on.
No, I was gonna say she's delusional.
Yeah, she's delusional. You know what I'm saying? Was that around the time like Beyonce released the
Nah, this is
Black is King?
Wait, a few weeks ago?
This is like a week or so ago.
Oh damn!
But Black is King just came out though. It's still fresh.
Yeah.
It's still fresh, but that really shows that she really thinks that she's black. Like she's living in a
And she looked
in a
mad
very-
brown in that picture too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She did. Like she actually had like the extra
She
dark brown.
tried it. She thought it was gonna fly, fam.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
think it shows how, like, you know, black women are really influential. Like what they've been doing. Like it's like,
What? Yeah, bro.
look at this, like brown-eyed girl, blind. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
For me, it kind of shows that their whole family are culture vultures. Like,
Mm.
honestly,
Culture
like,
vultures for real.
that's what I think. Like, they're trying to get the black girl body. They trying to tan up like the black girl. You already seen how Kim had that photo too, where she was tanned up like
Yeah.
crazy
Literally
before.
all
She
of
almost
them.
looked like a black girl.
All of them are
right?
getting darker. Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. That is just very. That is very weird to me. That's why I said like delusional. Because what are you doing?
Yeah.
You'll never be black though. That's
You're
what's
white.
crazy.
Like, relax.
And it's weird. Like every black man that steps into that family does not leave normal.
Yeezy.
That's
You think Yeezy still 100?
Normal is a problematic word.
Whoa.
Bro, normal is you've
It's a
ended the
state, huh?
situation. You've gone with life. You're still doing
Yes,
okay.
but I agree. But the thing is, you said it in regards to people that are like mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? Like Lamar, you calling him not normal. That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
he's saying
Well, I
he
get what
meant
he's
mentally
saying.
stable, fam.
He's saying that people that came in mentally stable are leaving
in a
not
bad state. of
in a bad
mind.
state.
He said not
Which-
normal, but I'm gonna let you cook.
So you agree with his point
What?
that
That people come
Kanye's
out- yeah,
Kanye's
they don't come out the same way.
Kanye's not the
That's a
same.
fact. They don't. Yeah.
They're not saying that.
What?
I think.
No,
for
I
the-
agree. I'm saying just the way he said it. I'm saying, you know.
I think a lot of them do. Yeah, I think like you can't deny that they all have kind of went downhill after being with one of them. I'm not saying it's their fault, but yeah,
It is their
Like-
fault.
yeah,
It is their fault.
it is their fault, eh?
Okay.
Well,
And in regards to Kagi, but I think
Fam, you don't have a mic, bro.
Sorry.
You gotta speak up when you
Yeah,
when you
you
speak.
gotta speak up.
In regards to Kagi, I just
The same volume, fam.
crisis, huh?
I need you to.
Monotone as hell, fam.
No, don't go ahead.
This guy's shy, bro.
Put
Okay,
your
oh, he's
chest
shy,
up.
fam.
My black.
He's shy.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I don't know if it's gonna pick up.
yeah,
Bro, in regards to Kagi, I just think it's identity crisis. Like,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
They all have that.
And a lot of other women are like that, fam.
All of them.
Yeah,
Like, they ain't
yeah.
a black man, now they think they're black too. So
they have
But
their
it-
little mixed children. Like,
It all starts with I don't want to dive into the whole Kim Kardashian family, but it all stems from like that one tape that gave them access to the whole community.
Yeah.
You know?
oh, the Ray J.
But that's what I'm
Like,
saying.
for
It's
real.
kind of like admirable in terms of like, fam, one tape built an empire of. There's multi-billionaires in that family.
Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. The mother, I think, is a mastermind, and I'm not gonna lie. They're very smart. They know what they're doing. They know how to make money. They know how to like.
Paris Hilton had a sex
sell.
tape too. Where'd she go?
Yeah.
Did
Well-
she have one before Kim? Like, the shit didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
Fam.
but she's good because her last name Hilton's. They own hotels.
Okay, but is she Kim level?
No, but the thing is, let's recognize the fact that the breadwinner had passed away, which was with their dad,
Yeah.
and their dad was part of the O.J. Simpson case.
Yeah.
Obviously, and the O.J. won, so you know the dad was paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then after having the dad pass away and everything, it's kind of like, what are they gonna do now?
Yeah. They had to figure something out, and they did.
Yeah.
So that's why I say like, yo, I can't knock their hustle, but like
The trickery.
her, but you know what? They need to stop. They just need to be themselves. Like, don't go too far. Like brown skin girl, like she went too far. Like
Yeah,
Cancel
that's-
for that.
she went too far.
Yeah. No, speaking of interracial dating and stuff like that, let's get into listener questions.
All
The
right.
first one is about dating outside your race. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, I feel like some of us here have a bit of experience in there.
Is it only me? None of y'all have ever dated outside your race?
Me, I
Yeah,
have,
Look at
but
him right now. Look at
We
him.
gotta date women of color, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's all women of color are all one race, right?
Hold on, but
POC.
I'm hearing your co-host say that is not the case.
I feel like women of color are all one race.
there's women of
At
color
the end
than
of the
there's
day, we're
black
all the
women.
human race, right,
Now,
guys?
there's women of color and there's black. There's a
Whoa,
black
man.
race.
So you're into
This guy's in a hot chair right now, bro.
I'm into the women that I love. And I love. Okay, first of all, this is a running joke of like, oh, she doesn't date black women or blah blah blah.
it's
But
not a joke.
no one can
It's a
judge
fact.
it. It definitely is. I'm not one of those guys that were on your episode talking about, nah, man, I don't need a fake hair. I need a real hair. No, that's not me. Like, that's nasty. Like, I literally, like, you know, if you know me, if you know my body, if you know how thorough I am, all races.
Okay.
Oh, racist.
So
What
you're
the
open
hell?
to all races. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
But I have dated outside my race, but I'll be honest, I didn't take it seriously. Like, I was just like, it's not serious. You know what I mean? Like that's how I look at it. Cause it's not serious. Like I don't.
You just kind of wanted to try it out.
Yeah, when it's like a black woman, then
it's
it's a lot more serious for me.
For me,
that's how I look at it.
For me, you know, part of my circle, I'm like the only like guy out of all my friends that I never stepped out of, like, you know.
So you never hit a chick outside the race?
I never hit a woman outside of the race.
You never smashed a chick
Out of all my friends, I've never done it.
outside the race, man?
Outside the
You
race, I
can't look
haven't.
Never.
bro.
Dead ass.
That is so cap. You never smashed a white girl.
Never in my life.
You
You know that. Everybody knows that.
That's cap.
How am I lying?
The
That was
thing
the
is,
first one. Come on.
That's
why
true.
would he lie?
I've been
Why
around
would
the
he
globe,
lie?
fam.
Why would he lie? You know, like if
I'm
you
not
haven't,
lying.
you
That is-
haven't.
My track
right?
record speaks for itself, you know. So
Yeah.
You're lying. I
I'm
know
not
this guy from
lying.
I was a kid. Like
I never,
know when
I
he's
did I
lying.
ever come to you and talk to you about a white girl that I
Except something about white girls, but I don't know.
Nah,
And I never felt that way.
It's never been like that. I never had a chance. I never took the opportunity to, you know what I mean, entertain anybody that's outside my race. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
just haven't done that. That's so basically your preference is just black girls.
It's black women, yeah.
Yeah,
That's my
your
preference.
preference is black.
How's that a lie? How you telling me what I like?
Get him.
We're not telling you dated, but have you been attracted to other races before? You can't say.
I've looked twice.
Come on, man.
No, so it's not really about dating. It's about if you're attracted to other
It was
But
dating,
No,
fam. It was dating.
no.
It was
It
dating
is
outside the
about
race.
dating.
It is about
It is about dating because just being attracted and actually dating someone are two totally different things.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
all for black women, you know what I'm saying?
But what are your thoughts though, like on dating outside the race? Since
I
you've been in
think-
one, right?
Yeah, I was married to someone outside my race, so he was actually from the South Asian culture, so like he was Sri Lankan. Right, I always just like my preference has always just been like melanin. I like guys that have like melanin, kind of like what Duke was saying a little while ago. Just that,
It's got a little support,
the
fam.
only guys I've really ever found attractive are like black or like Indian guys. 'Cause I actually feel like some Indian guys actually almost look like they're black too.
Oh.
I know. I'm being real. I'm being
Can
real.
we say something?
I'm being real.
Like some, because I look at race pretty different in a way, in a sense where it's like in India, right? There's a lot of people that are like pretty dark. Is it
Okay,
fair to
if
say
you're
that they
saying
have are they melanated in a way?
I think so.
Is it melanin or
My
is it not because of the?
ex-husband is darker than all you guys here. Dark.
Oh,
But there's no
Dark.
naps though.
what about
There's a
what about
nap?
the
Yeah.
hair texture?
Well, the hair texture, yeah,
gonna
his
be like,
hair
yeah.
texture is more straight, yeah.
Okay.
So like, but if he has a baseball cap on, you'd think it's a black guy. You see what? No, real talk. Real
What's the nose
talk.
looking
I'll
like,
show you
though?
a picture after.
What's the nose? What's
But-
the nose saying?
Huh?
What was the nose saying? Nose shape.
Oh, the nose was a little bit straighter. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay,
The nose was a little bit straighter. It wasn't as wide as like, yeah.
Maybe from far, like from like
Right.
a
Maybe.
you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, well, I'll show you the picture after.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was gonna say is that what I think in general, just about interracial dating, I think, you know what, date who you want to date, right? I just say just don't shit on anyone else. If you're a black
Facts.
guy, do not shit on black women. If you don't date black women, do not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that is my stance on that. Right, but if your preference is to date, you know, a white woman, a Chinese woman, an Indian woman, whatever, do your thing. Just don't. I want to hear nothing out your mouth about black women.
You know what's crazy?
And I think that's a fact. That's literally our whole group. We never do that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everyone dates whatever. They clown me for this, but they can never say that I put down black women. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. I'm
Never,
I'm
ever,
a hold
ever.
down.
You know
That's a
what I'm
fact.
saying?
But we're not gonna like me and Gilles, we had conversations like where it's like even on Twitter, even on
Me and Duke?
me and Duke.
keep the govy out of it, fam.
Yeah, keep the gubby out. But we had conversations where like we've seen people that have been caught on Twitter sometimes saying things, some slick things about even celebrities too, slick things about black women.
Yeah.
But their mom is a black woman.
Yeah,
and it's
Your
like
sister,
you-
your daughter,
exactly,
your future
right?
daughter.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like only black people do that. Like people from other race will date anybody else and they'll never shit on.
No,
them.
well, some Asians,
say
I
never.
agree.
Asians,
I agree.
Never
some
say never,
Asians do
fam.
that. They
I
put white
think
girl
rarely,
on a pedestal.
not as much as black guys will do
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah,
no, Asians.
100.
Asians do it. Chinese do it. Chinese people do it. Indian people do it as well. They put white girls on a standard. I would say if you got a white girl, you're looked at in the community as something elevated.
Yeah,
I know
but
for a
they're
fact
not
because
shitting on their own though.
Exactly.
yes, I dated, bro.
No,
I
they're
dated
not.
a brown girl, and it's like it was a thing where it was in their family. If you married white, you were seen as another level. So that in itself is self-hate. The fact that they even created bleaching products, you can't tell me they don't do that.
They
they use a
created
lot
it?
of bleaching
They
products.
created the bleaching product.
Well,
I didn't know that.
no. Well, I think every culture almost suffers with some form of self-hate. Everyone's been told that white is the standard, and everyone suffers from that, right? It's in Africa, it's in Jamaica, it's all over, right? It's in India, as you said. It's in even the like Korea and stuff like that. They're getting their bleach, or even they get surgeries to change their eye shape.
Eye shape,
and they
eye shape to be more, to be wider.
When a black guy is dating a white girl, he seems like he's superior from other people. You know what I'm trying to say? Himself, like he just looks at it. He talks down on other black girls.
Delusional.
And you know what I'm trying to say? They're not
crazy.
And I think
they don't
that's.
know how to move.
And I think that's definitely self-hate, for sure. That's definitely self-hate. That's why I've actually said in my other video, I feel bad for black guys that think that way. Because they obviously have some of their own issues they need to deal with.
Definitely. I agreed, But my question for you, too, was, like, what was the reception like from the black men? Like, when they saw you bring your brown husband?
Well, you know what? Actually, like, you guys, I have to show you the picture because a lot of people thought he was half black, half Indian. So I almost kind of got like away with it without anyone really knowing. When it would really be a thing.
Spicy. When you come here, you look kind of spicy. Who are you?
When it would really be a thing is when I would go into his community.
Oh, that's a different story.
That's because they know I ain't brown. So that's when I think it would be more of a thing and I would feel it more. But him coming into the black community, I also think we're more accepting of everyone too. So I think it wasn't as much on that side. It was more when I would go into his community that I would feel away because I would know that they're kind of like, why is he with a black girl?
Quick question: would you wear the garments and stuff like that too?
Oh yeah,
that's fire.
I love saris. They're beautiful.
You gotta be in it, dog.
So pretty.
When you're in it, you're in it, fam.
Yeah. Like I would wear it when we go to like occasions with like his family. Or like when we did get married, I wore one to the reception. Like it was pretty.
But do you still wear it though?
Well, no, not unless I'm going to like an Indian wedding.
I feel like Asian culture in itself is already fire. But speaking of Asians, we already know that the majority of them are pretty short. Speaking of short people, do you see yourself dating a short man? Look at that transition.
That was good.
I took it here, took it out. Euro step.
Ginobili.
Wait, hold on.
Well, how short?
Hold on. It timed out. Okay, and we're back. I just made the best transition of all time, and I'm not sure if we caught it on film, but the transition was basically just to talk about whether or not Dani would date a short man.
Okay, and short meaning like how short?
Let's say your height or shorter. What are your answers for both?
Okay, well, I'm 5'1", so if you're shorter than me and you're a dude, I think you're probably a midget, so I'm gonna have to say no.
She said the M
I'm
word.
gonna have to say no. No, I'm gonna be real. Like, if a guy's 5'1", guys, come on. I'm sorry. Like,
not the M word.
No, I can't. But like, will I date a shorter guy? Yeah, but like.
Same height.
No.
Okay, what do you consider short then?
The shortest I think I would do is like a 5'7".
Wow, that's 6 inches.
We're above that.
Say word.
Yeah. But yeah, that's for me. That's my preference with that.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I did do. I know it's mean. Cause like, short guys are getting. I know it's hard out there for them still.
Like what's uncomfortable? What's uncomfortable for you though? Like what's really making you insecure or like?
I guess in terms of heels and.
I like feeling like I'm with like like okay, not to say you're not a man because I don't want to say I'm a man, right? But like that you can take care of me. That you're like kind of like I kind of also want that piece, So and most of the guys I've dated have been like 5'10" or more.
Oh, okay.
Right. So I'm also not one that wants like I don't want someone over 6'2" either, really, because like then it's like you're towering over me. I'd have to wear like 5-inch heels all the time. It's a little too much,
okay, So I like okay.
So height matters, eh?
Yeah, I think it does.
I mean, I date a chick that's taller than me. Like I have no problem with that. I have actually.
I think I would too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a slim guy. I'm a stocky guy, so I feel like the visual of seeing a stocky guy and a taller girl, it's fine. But if it's like if I was like a skinny guy,
how much taller?
I'd say probably like 5'11".
Okay. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Okay.
You're short as hell, bro.
Probably like 5'9", same 5'11".
Just talking about with shoes on.
Yeah. Nah, facts.
No one asked about what shoes on, bro.
Hey,
Like,
but fam, listen, at least I can defend the girl that I'm with, you know?
Okay.
Listen, what I'm saying is, if I'm with a girl that's like taller, I can still defend her. I can fight for whatever.
Okay.
But like, if it's a situation where I'm a slim guy and I'm this height,
You feel like it's a
she
little
can, you know what I'm
iffy?
saying? Like,
I hear that.
yeah.
Oh, so what about you guys?
Me, I don't really have a preference in terms of like height in a way. You know what I'm saying? But like over, I would say not under like 5'6".
Okay.
Yeah.
And how tall are you?
I'm like 6'2", 6'1".
Bruh. Why do men always
Niggas love to
add?
cap about the
I'm
height.
6'2".
Some men's always add like an extra 2 inches,
literally,
bro.
Yo,
Every-
I feel like every guy adds
I
like 2
realize that.
inches.
So
I
yeah.
really do feel
I realize that
like
on dating apps, bro. Like, honestly,
No, it's just a man thing.
I'm 6'2", fam.
They always inches.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you tell me you're 5'11", you're 5'9".
Yeah.
that's facts.
I'm
I
6'4".
agree.
Because
6'4".
a girl's 5'9" is very different from a guy's 5'9". That's
Yeah.
facts.
That's,
Like,
like
if
if
you-
it's 5'9".
Like, if you
And well, it's
Whoa.
11, fam, we're
the
You're
literally
reason
fucking
why.
tripping,
The
dog.
reason why
Jimmy,
a
we're the
girl's
same height.
5'9"
You guys the same height as the
is
mic
very
stand,
different.
We're
fam.
the same height.
Same height as the.
Let me watch my game, yo.
This guy's nuts, but no, I
That's
feel like
so funny.
if you were to meet a girl that's 6'2", she'd be taller than you for a fact. And you'd be like, I guess I'm 6'1", but trust me, she knows her height, and then you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
I
The
know my height.
Girls
though.
will say
Yeah.
the truth, and
Yeah.
guys will boost
embellish.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 100.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next thing in listener questions. Let's see. Are you okay with your partner watching porn? And would you integrate it into your sex life?
You're smoking.
Oh, me? I said no. Hell no. Because I feel it interferes with the connection, right? Like, I was just telling you that too. Like, every action has a reaction. And I think people think
Talk to him.
it's like they underrated. Like, the
Yin
two,
and yang.
they don't see it. They don't see it like that. They don't look deep. You have to look deeper.
Yeah.
Come on, fam.
I agree with him that it's not the best thing to be watching porn, and it does kind of give you unrealistic expectations. But am I gonna break up with a guy that watches porn here and there? No. Like, for me, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, okay, whatever. But I'm not gonna integrate it into our
Yeah.
relationship. No,
I think it's a little nuts.
because
to be
I'm not
honest.
really interested in it like that. So I don't want to.
But what if your partner's like, hey, I want to try this, and it's like a reasonable position, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh. Well, why are you even telling me? Just do it.
Oh, okay.
Just do it.
That's good. Okay.
You know, you don't have to go and show me because you know I'm not into that. So just come and do something new, and I'll be like, oh,
Okay, so you're more of like a go with the flow type thing.
yeah. Like if I'm with you like
Yeah.
that, you're my man. Then yeah, I'm a little more go with the flow. I'm not anything goes. I do have
Okay, I was
certain
about to ask
things
that. I'm like,
where
you have safe
I
words?
cross the line, like
Yeah.
where you can't cross certain lines. And I think I'm the type of person where we would have already talked about that, so you would kind of
Facts.
know what I'm not gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm not into the backdoor things. I don't know.
was gonna
I
say,
feel like
my stuff is up the
that's
table.
exit only. That's exit only for me. But you know, in other ways, I'd say I'm experimental. But that
Yeah.
was one way that, nah, I ain't doing it. But I know lots of girls that have, but I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't want to.
Yeah. Final thoughts?
I just think it's wrong as well too. I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan for it though. You know what I'm saying? But my take on it, for me personally, like watching porn is like it was more of an educational thing. You know what I mean? Just trying to see what the market is, how the market is going.
That's right. No, he's
Are
right
you in
though.
the porn industry?
Nah, I'm not in the industry, but in terms of like, you know what's
Yeah.
happening, you know, why is she reacting that way?
You check the
Okay.
climate. You check the
You
stocks.
check the
You know?
climate, you check what's going on.
Yeah.
You know?
You see, it's like, okay, am I still? You know, where do I stand in the game? You know?
Yeah. What's the game saying? Like, oh, these how
It's like- it's
men
like-
are doing it now.
It's a SWOT analysis for marketing folks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. We study marketing. That's
That's
it.
the thing. I'm in my own
like
league,
a
though.
positioning
I'm in my own
Yeah,
league, fam.
yeah.
if you know,
Yeah.
you know. You know. But,
I'm in my own
You
league.
need to do that because you and the person can create your own vibe.
Yeah, create your own thing, fam.
Yeah.
Huh?
Create your own league. I don't watch other people's game, fam. It's my own game, bro.
Okay, best man.
He's in his own lane.
All right, let's get into Koti and the Dildo Chronicles.
I'm not
Chronicles,
insecure,
man.
guys. Okay. I'm just gonna start with that. I'm
So-
not insecure.
For those who don't know, I feel like this has been like a 4-episode series at this point. Like,
Crazy.
Koti and the Dildo series. He doesn't feel. This is a B on me right now, dog. He doesn't feel like his girl should be using a dildo.
That is.
And I
interesting
said
to
that
me.
because of that, he's insecure. What do you think?
My take was, upon my absence,
Mm-hmm.
you using a
Upon
dildo.
my absence. Like he's a substitute teacher.
Upon my absence, I don't think you should use a dildo because over time it's gonna change the course of how your body intertwines with like sexual.
With yours.
Exactly. With mine. You know what I mean? And it'll change over time. Our sex experience would change. The dynamic would change, especially if like, you know what I mean. Like I'm doing different things, so I'm like really focused, and I'm not cheating on all these things. You know what I'm saying? I come back, things are different. You have to use the toy to come now. It's like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? You know?
I feel like
That's just my take on it. Like, I'm just looking ahead of time.
Yeah.
Not just for like the moment.
I kind of feel about that the same way I kind of feel about porn, in that you don't want to form a dependency or like on those kinds of things, right? But I think it's a little bit much if you're not there and you're not there for a long time. Like, you'd really have a problem with her using one? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's not that big a deal.
You rather her use a dildo or go cheat on you?
Exactly.
But bro, you can use your hand. You know what I mean? There's so
you
many.
have a problem with
I never had a problem with no, but I'm just saying, but it's just different. You know?
So if you found a
What if she
dildo
gets
in
a
your,
smaller dildo?
alright, if you,
So
if
it's
you
not about
find
the
a
size,
dildo in
bro.
your girl's
It's,
drawer,
not, it's
Just-
never about the size. I'm not complaining about the size.
She
fam.
can simply just
Come on,
not tell you.
if you find a dildo in your girl's drawer, are you throwing it out? Like, what are you saying?
That shit has to go, fam.
This guy will act like a parent who found like drug in the kid's room. Are you
my
serious?
God.
We talked about this. You're doing this.
No, it's in a sense where it's like it changes. Like over time, you know what I mean? The sexual intercourse and everything just changes. Like, you're not used to me. You're used to me, but then when I'm not there, you're used to this.
Yeah.
And then
I
it's
feel
like sometimes you have to mix the two.
Yeah. The more I hear it, the more I'm going on his side.
Oh.
I don't like it because
Ooh.
it's kind of like, you're right. Like, it's a crutch, right? And it's like it's like a simulation of sorts. So it's like, if you don't have that, you're gonna want what I have much more. It's when I get back, it's gonna be that much more intense.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like, I
So
get it.
then, are you
It
guys
makes
also
sense.
willing not to jack off then?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough, but I get it because it's the same energy. So it's like,
the
if you're not
same
doing
kinda
it,
thing.
I do the same thing too.
Yeah.
It's me, her. It's me, her
actually-
against the world, you know?
I've tested that out. It's the same thing. If you don't beat your meat for a while and then you go into like a sexual intercourse, it's different.
It's fire.
It is different.
It's
The
fire,
whole time
trust
you're
me.
like trying to not release the cannon, like, but nah, trust, it's a different experience. So
Yeah, it's true. I feel like none of those things should just be used in excess. I think with everything, it's just moderation.
yeah.
But would you consider me? They consider me. Well, not my man right here, but
The fuck?
Duke, Jim. They consider me as insecure for thinking that way.
I don't think it's insecure because I understand where it's coming from, but like, do I think you can actually? If you're gonna actually leave the girl because she used it, I think that's a little much.
Yeah.
But I can understand you not liking it.
All right.
Either an ego thing or
Ego? What the hell, bro?
It's like,
Especially those vibrators, those dildos that are, you know what I mean? They vibrate at the same time too.
That's an inhuman.
And they
shit,
turn
like,
and shit like this.
Like,
Come on, bro.
you can't
compete with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're gonna spin around her. Like, what do you? You can't even do
the
helicopter
room.
in the bedroom.
Like,
Like,
yo, bro, you gotta look at it like this. The dildo can't ever like hug
Replace-
her, give her kisses.
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
the girls like that more than just the physical. You know what I'm saying?
There are certain things that a toy is not gonna replace.
yeah.
All right, everyone has their own preferences, you know?
That can hug you. Then it's like, we're done.
Yeah.
We're out of here.
I got one more thing in mind, actually.
Yeah, that was
It was
right
right
there.
in my ear.
I got one more thing. I be hearing a lot of like women saying that, like women, like just women in general, most of them some of them don't ever have the chance to actually like come.
Oh yeah, that's a very common thing. I think
I'm not gonna touch me.
that's a very common thing.
What's your take on that?
I think yeah, I can even attest to that I don't every time for sure, right? I think it's harder for a woman too than for like you guys do pretty much almost every time. Like say like 90%.
Yeah.
I would say women probably, I don't know, every woman's different, but I'd say for me probably like 40%.
Do you think it's an emotional thing or a physical thing? Like, if you're more attracted to someone, it's easier for you to get off.
I think it's a more like a technique thing and an angle thing,
physical.
and
Oh, okay.
yeah,
It's
like,
what I'm
yeah,
saying. I
so
feel
guess
like
it's more.
I'm more on the side of like, all right, bro, what I gotta do, coach? Because like, I know how to make myself come. So now at this point, it's like, what can we do
A
for you?
coach?
Yeah,
I don't.
I
Yeah,
think
'cause it's her
women
body.
do have to become more familiar with their body and kind
More
of
vocal.
know how to how to make themselves.
So you'd rather direct a dude than have a dude try things, trial and error, and just.
If I need to, yeah, I'd rather direct them like
I'm-
a little bit if they need it. If
How you
I don't
gonna
like
come
the, I don't like being coached.
How you gonna come into a house not knowing what's broken, and just
Yeah.
check
Look
everything?
around, fam. Look around. You'll
And
see it,
also
bro.
'cause, like,
Come
women are
on,
much
bro.
more complex. Like it's not as
Yes.
easy. Like
It's
it's not
really
as
not.
easy for
But that's
you guys
that's the
to do
journey,
it as it
though.
is for
That's
us.
the journey, fam.
Yo, some women don't
But,
got no
like,
time,
imagine-
mate.
Fact,
Yo,
no.
you see where once.
But why rush?
man.
That's the thing. I don't want to be with a
Okay,
girl
but
that's rushing me.
Alright, okay, let's flip it now. Let's say like this.
Well, the thing is, yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
let's say some girl's giving you head, right? And you know how you know from head, right? And she's doing the exact opposite, or she's like working around it, and you're like, you'll get to the stuff, fam. Like, what's going on? Wouldn't you be on that side, or would you be like, it's the journey that's how discover my meat? Like, what would you, you know?
Yeah.
The gender shit.
I
You know what I
stumped
mean?
you, eh?
Yeah, there you
That's what
go.
I'm saying. So
Yo,
it's
what are you
like,
pulling on, fam? What is it?
Beard, fam. You see, he's coming in now,
Yeah.
bro. Trying to.
no, it's yeah, I know. I'm saying like if you're young and be vocal, like tell people, no, I actually like this or I like this, because
I
you're
think be vocal too.
you're not gonna
yeah.
get your nut, man. Like,
Yeah,
All right.
facts,
yeah.
facts, and yeah, and I'd prefer a guy to tell me too if I'm
Yeah.
doing something wrong. Like, don't let me continue. Because also, every guy is different too, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like, guys are a little easier to read, but like, still, every guy's a bit different.
Yeah, but still, some guys are emotional. Speaking of emotional guys,
Mm.
can you see yourself being with someone who cries a lot? Transitions, bro. How you feel?
Bars.
Give me flowers, dog.
Oh man, would I be with the guy who cries a lot? Definitely not.
Mm.
Definitely not.
You
Cause
don't like criers?
huh?
You don't like one?
I don't even cry that much. So can you imagine a guy that cries more than me?
If it's like a
Um,
movie, does it matter emotional and he cries? You be like, you get dry to that. You're like, oh, you're not a man.
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that. I'm gonna
But
be real.
what about
But-
this?
but
Okay,
the
let
thing
me
is,
hear
a
that.
guy can cry.
Mm.
Yes, if it's a
Responsibly?
real like reason, like you know what I
Army
mean,
sergeant here.
right?
That's enough tears for today.
Well, I don't know. It just wouldn't be my preference to be with a guy that's crying all the time.
Yeah.
If you cry more than me, that's an issue for me.
Yeah, but what I hear though is some women want a dude that's more emotionally available, you know.
Oh,
but
I
when they
definitely
get that,
want that.
it's like, whoa, like what the fuck?
I didn't ask for all this.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Being
Go to your mom.
emotionally available doesn't mean you're like emotional wreck. Like, why would you don't need to be crying all the time.
Yeah.
What's emotionally available? What's that? What's the definition for that? Like,
I
what would you see?
believe- Okay, I think that means that you're open, you're
Mm.
willing to communicate, and yeah, and you're not closed off. You're not so guarded because some guys are just like they won't talk about anything emotional,
That's even-
just totally blocked off. I don't like that. So I do want you to be a guy who I can talk to. You can be open with me. You can tell me things.
I think women say that, but they don't mean it though. That's how I feel.
No, I mean it. I just don't want you to be like a pussy. But, like, I want you to be emotionally available. But like, there's levels, just like with everything.
What if he calls you every day complaining about his day at work? And then Tommy did this and this. And like, this nigga's telling me about his day. And like, yo, I'm holding the phone like this. Yo, who is this nigga?
You
Real
guys
shit.
are going off.
Real shit. That's what it is. I don't
No,
partake in that. Nah, I'm
I
not doing
wouldn't
all
like
that.
No, yeah.
Crying and shit, you crazy.
Nah, I'm
No,
not doing
honestly,
that.
bro, I'm a sensitive guy, so it's like I don't cry a lot. But if I'm watching something,
Whoa.
like I'll shed a tear to like a TikTok. You know, like if
A
you're
TikTok?
A TikTok, bro.
I'm on the apps. Listen,
That's
You're watching a video and
crazy,
it's a
man.
single
Selling your
story.
tits at TikTok?
You see this? You know,
sorry.
niggas are tapped into their feelings. You know,
How long
But
is
like-
a TikTok video?
8 seconds, bro.
niggas like this will shoot you. Niggas like me, I'm able to talk it out. It's fine.
So what's out here making you cry on
You're
TikTok,
crying,
fam?
what do you
Tell me
mean?
something
You're
that made you
crying,
cry
you're
yesterday.
crying
Yeah,
over
what made you cry on TikTok, fam?
I don't know. Some story about the okay. So there's this old grandpa, right?
8 seconds.
Let me hear this, man.
This is a fantastic storytelling. So this grandpa, he had this motorcycle when he was young, and he had it with his girlfriend. You know, like they got married. This is back in like the 20s,
Mm.
right? And then him and his wife, they moved to Canada
Mm.
like years later, right? And then his wife eventually died of cancer,
Mm.
and his son surprised him one day. He's like, "Hey, Dad, I got a surprise for you." He came in, he brought the motorcycle he had since he was like 16.
Jeez.
Back in the crib, the grandpa done because the emotions hit him. And
That's
he's like,
crazy.
he started crying. He started thinking about his wife. He started thinking about his childhood. And I'm like, that hit me, you know. So I'm
Nah,
like,
that's different though. I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't cry. Take this in.
8 seconds, yeah.
Look.
That's him. It's incredible storytelling. TikToks go from making you laugh to like, damn, nigga, I'm in my feelings.
But isn't that
I feel like watching it, I wouldn't cry, but being in the
Okay, but I
situation,
didn't cry like, oh, like it was like my eyes got hot. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
It's
I'd
if
just
you
be
keep
like-
watching it, you know.
I'd be like, yo, that's
crazy?
dope. That's it.
Yo,
fam.
I find it so crazy that like it went from watching a movie like Titanic that's 4 hours
Yeah.
to go through all these emotional
episodes
Yeah.
to 8 seconds. You feel
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You get the storyline.
Yeah.
It's like our attention span went from I don't even know. This is crazy.
You know what's even crazier?
It's crazy.
Like I watch my girl look at TikToks, right? Sometimes she won't even watch the whole thing. She'll be like, "Oh, I don't like this."
Yeah.
Of a few seconds, like it's like a 15, maybe 10-second thing, right?
Yeah.
She can't even watch the whole thing. I already know where this is going. No, you don't.
Oh yeah.
So-
people will stop watching things very quickly.
Yeah.
You have to hold their attention early on.
Yeah. It's mad.
That's amazing.
See,
Yeah, no, we're ready. Honestly, we're like ready to wrap. We have one more thing.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on if your partner got hair plugs? Like Tory Lane shit.
I think that's a question for women, right?
Like a
Yeah.
man toupee. I'm not a fan.
All right.
I'm not a fan.
Let's wrap it. Hold on. Okay, and we're back. Back from the final break.
Yes.
Let's wrap on. You guys want to talk about males doing hair plugs?
It's a no for me.
So no Tory Lane's business.
Nah.
No. Yeah, man, would you do it?
Me personally, I wouldn't do it on my own head. I just if it was designated for me to go bald somehow in the future,
Yeah.
I would accept it. You know what I mean? But for now, nah, we good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like honestly, I think every guy has to shave their head just to see what it looks like. You know, which is what I did. I did that when I was like 21, I think.
Oh, I remember that. I
I
remember
shaved
that.
my head like just bald. You're like, what's wrong? Are you going through stuff? I'm like, no, like I wanted to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it wasn't. My girl hates it, but I mean, it is what it is, you know. So I don't know.
She's gonna be
Experiment.
long term.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
gonna have to love it.
Facts.
But nah. It is what it is.
What do you think about it? Like your girl, like using it,
If she got what hair
like,
plugs?
like hair plugs, yeah.
I mean,
Nah, they don't
she's not
do it,
really.
man.
If she were to go bald,
Yeah,
you mean
let's
like
say-
weave?
Like women don't women over time lose hair?
Their hair gets thinner.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Their hair gets thinner.
yeah.
Yeah.
But in terms of like weave and stuff, nah. What the fuck? Nah, I
That's
don't
no
care about
problem. No
that
problem.
shit. It's like that's like dating a new girl. You get some new hairstyles, like that's you know what I'm saying. Different people, it's fire. But no. Hair plugs though, you can't control that. Like, if she goes bald, like I'm not gonna come and try to say I don't really like you this or fix this. No. I'm gonna let her take care of the looks. I'm not putting any kind of input in that.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
so saying
Just for the hair though. The
so
rest I'll say.
seeing a new hairstyle, like seeing a new hairstyle on your significant other, does that make you want to fuck them much more? Or
Honestly, anything does. I have a high sex drive, fam, but that's another conversation, bro. Thank you for tuning in if you're still watching. Honestly, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having us in your home.
Oh, no problem
It's
at
been a
all.
really fun
Thank you,
episode.
guys.
I hope the
Yeah.
listeners enjoy, the viewers watch it as well, and have a good time because it's just fun doing it. You know, the setting
Definitely.
is beautiful.
Thank
You hear
you.
you know what I'm saying, the tropics. No,
Trust.
honestly,
don't
it's-
disclose the location. We're not-
I know, right? I know. Special mention to the bees that had a
Yo, the
feature as
bees
well.
were beefing with us, man.
Facts.
But no, honestly, it's been a pleasure. Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, okay. So my YouTube page is Dani, so Dani Chang CHANGG, and you can find me on Instagram and on YouTube. And yeah, thank you guys so much. You know, check it out.
You
And
can find.
thank you guys for putting me on as well on your
Facts.
podcast.
Yes.
You know, you guys are very funny, and I like that you guys have so many different topics. You know, it's such a change from mine where I talk about
Yeah.
one the whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. I liked it.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
dope. You can find me on Instagram at London Rich. Already.
You can find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. Just type in KOTIANDE, Kotiande. You heard?
All right, yeah, and it's Direct Poppy, Jameson Poppy. You've tuned in to another episode of Return of the Mac. Thank you so much. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here.
Hey.
We out.
Bow. Clean, fam.